And you know what's crazy? It's like when I go in people's lives and we ask people why they're supporting her, they never have a fucking answer. It's always identity politics.
I'm gonna just be real honest with this. She's a black woman.
Is it only because she's a black woman?
Yeah.
We're in 3 proxy wars. She failed at the border. We have a failing economy. Inflation is fucking out of control. At one point, it was at almost 10%. She has no policy, no record to stand on. One of the biggest things that she did in her career was lock up more black men than ever before. Every single Democratic city is a hellhole. And the only thing that we can stand on from a policy perspective is whether or not she's black and she's a woman.
So one of the reasons why a lot of black people, people of color, POCs, or even progressive white women, will vote for Kamala Harris regardless if she's actually capable of doing the job, regardless of her track record as a prosecutor damaging the black community, regardless of doing a really poor job on the border, letting hundreds and thousands of migrants in, that is going to directly negatively affect black people, people of color, low-income people, poor white people, all of that. It's going to directly affect those who are suffering the most. The reason why some people of color, black people, POCs, POCs, woke white women will vote for Kamala Harris regardless of her policies or her principles or her values or her morals, or if she's able to even put together a coherent sentence. Because there are people out there that just will take whatever they can fucking get.
I'm gonna just be real honest with this. She's a black woman.
Is it only because she's a black woman?
Yeah.
We're in 3 proxy wars with some of the most powerful leaders in the world. She failed at the border, in which we have an estimation of 15 to 20 million people illegally into this country. That is literally overtaking and bankrupting Chicago to the tune of over $400 million per year, and they are in a deficit. Oakland is going out of business. San Francisco, ditto. California, $65 billion deficit. New York, they're literally cutting trash, in which they are the rattiest, dirtiest city, and they've taken up resources as far as free healthcare, free hotels to the tune of $600 a day. They are literally taking over your schools. Your taxpayer dollars are going to fund the migrant crisis. She was supposed to be in charge of this. We have a failing economy. Every single day I see people getting on the internet talking about $30 an hour is the new minimum wage because inflation is fucking out of control. At one point, it was at almost 10%, depending on what city that you in. She has no policy, no record to stand on. One of the biggest things that she did in her career was lock up more black men than ever before, but we sitting here and vote her in office on identity politics. We did that during the Obama administration, and he didn't do anything for black people. As a matter of fact, y'all complain because the only person that he did, or the only group of people that he really stood for, is the alphabet community, and that's his landmark thing that he's still standing on today. Every single Democratic city is a hellhole, and we sitting here talking about identity politics?
I was going to use the word grooming, but YouTube doesn't like that word because they're protecting pedos. But anyway, so I'm going to use indoctrinate or train or brainwash. I feel like people of color in the black community have been so brainwashed and trained and indoctrinated into just accept crumbs that we will just take whatever, and not only will we take whatever, we will clap and thank Master for giving us the crumbs, right? They didn't give us a highly qualified, articulate, educated black woman, actual black woman, actually. They didn't give us someone with an amazing track record. They didn't give us someone who showed us for the past 4 years that they were completely and utterly capable of doing their job. They didn't give us that. They gave us Kamala, right? And black people was clap like seals and take it because we've been trained to just take crumbs. It's the same thing where they'll take movies, cartoons, plays, books, whatever have you in the arts, and instead of giving black people, people of color, or whatever marginal group that you can think of, instead of giving them like an original script, an original character, they just give you recycles. They just give you the secondhand and throwaways. They just give you the left behinds, the leftovers, stuff that's already been done. They don't even want to take the time to use their creativity to write you your original story. And if they do give you original stories, it's always rooted in oppression, depression, I'm a victim, beating down black folks, or criminality. Or they give you something that's very lackluster. They don't put the same amount of effort into black movies or people giving people of color or even women, queer women, whatever, lead roles that's going to inspire, that's going to make people want to spend their dollars and go to the movie theaters and champion the TV show, right? I'm talking about the movies and the TV shows that market themselves as being woke, as market themselves as being for the people of color, as market themselves as, oh, look at us, we got women, we got strong, independent female leads, women of color, gay people, those type of movies and TV shows that market themselves that way to try to get you to watch because they're pandering to your community. But when you watch it, it's lackluster. You can tell they put no heart into it. It's almost as if ChatGPT and AI wrote the script, right? And we as Black folks, women, queer people, we're supposed to clap like seals and thank you for giving us the crumbs. Instead of demanding more, instead of demanding better. Just the same when they gave you Hillary Clinton, one of the most unliked, not as unliked as Kamala, maybe they're on the same page, same level, but pretty unliked woman, female politician, Hillary Clinton.
So what's something that you always carry with you?
Hot sauce.
They didn't give you someone that was good. They actually ran Tulsi Gabbard out of the race, bullied her out of the race, and she was actually a really good candidate, and she could have been the first female president.
Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
They didn't give you someone that people can grab onto, love, and support and root for. They gave you Hillary Clinton because they don't actually care. But because we have been trained, indoctrinated, brainwashed to just accept whatever, we're willing to take it. And because we're willing to take it, they will just keep giving you crumbs. They will just keep giving you low tier, second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th best, because you're going to take it anyway. Not only you're going to take it, you're going to thank them for giving it to you. So why should they have to do better? It's the same with the Democratic Leftist Party, creating policies that actually hurt you, defund the police, that most Black people were against. They still defunded it though. Or they demoralized the police so freaking much that they quit anyway. And hurting the low income, the people are struggling, the people who need the police, hurting them the most. Creating policy after policy after policy that hurt you or just ignore you, period, until it's election season. Again, opening the borders to hundreds of thousands of migrants so they can pander to them and ignore your Black ass, ignore your queer ass, ignore your female ass. But why should they have to do better? Because you're going to not only take whatever they give you, you're going to thank them for giving it to you. That's why some Black people, people of color, POCs, females, woke white progressive women will vote for Kamala Harris regardless instead of demanding better.
I don't talk about politics much on here because I'm not that educated and I just feel like I'm in an echo chamber. But I'm going to say this, and this is going to be my mentality moving forward. America now has the opportunity to vote in the first woman of color to be our president. And if you think I will not be first in line to support that happening, you are dead wrong.
Wait a minute.
I don't talk about politics much on here because I'm not that educated and I just feel like I'm in an echo chamber.
You idiot. You're honestly an idiot. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Instead of us turning the table around and training them to do better for us, we're allowing and keep telling them you don't have to, because we'll take it and thank you for it. That's why, if you were just wondering. PSA. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications when I do upload. All that really does help with the algorithm, guys. If you'd like to support the channel even further, you can donate. My PayPal and Cash App link is in the comment section down below, or you can super thanks. And you guys have an amazing freaking day. Bye.
I'm going to just be real honest with this. She's a Black woman.
Yeah, because they folk, not Kim folk.